I teach third grade, and the kids, well, let's just say they're wild, unruly, totally chaotic. Most teachers just give warnings or send them to the principal, but I care too much to let that slide. So, yeah, my methods are a bit extreme, but effective. And people are calling me a monster. I don't get it. Let's start with Jimmy. Jimmy decided one day that my math lesson was the perfect time to throw a paper airplane across the room. I told him to sit down. He ignored me. So, naturally, I told him to step over to the locker. His little face turned pale. I opened it, told him to climb in, and shut the door. Through the crack, I yelled, "This is what happens when you disrespect your teacher." I kicked the locker door a couple times just to emphasize my point, and punched lightly once, just so he really understood. The other kids watched, frozen. Jimmy screamed and cried. Mission accomplished. He did his math perfectly afterward. Next, there was Tommy. During story time, he thought it would be funny to whisper to his neighbor. I walked over, pinned him gently against the wall, and screamed in his face, loudly. Full-on theatrical screaming. Tears instantly formed, and the class went silent. The rest of the day, everyone listened. And yes, the parents were furious. They called me a terrible influence, violent, and abusive. But honestly, they should be thanking me. If you raised your kids properly, I wouldn't have to do this. Then came Sarah, who decided she didn't want to do her reading assignment. I made her stand on the desk while the whole class watched. I yelled her mistakes out loud so everyone could see what happens when you refuse to try. She cried, but guess what? The next day, she read fluently because she didn't want another performance. Oh, and don't even get me started on the snack time fiasco. A group of kids decided to trade candy under the table. I caught them and made all of them sit under the desks with their hands on their heads while I lectured about honesty and respect. One kid even threw up out of fear, not fun to clean, but effective. They didn't trade candy again for the rest of the week. The biggest incident? Kevin tried to cheat on a spelling test. I had him stand on his chair while I announced each mistake to the class. "Kevin, that's a C. Look at your letters. You think dishonesty is funny?" He sobbed uncontrollably. I could hear some kids whispering, "Don't mess up, or this happens to you next." Perfect teaching moment. At recess, one kid was bullying another. I didn't just separate them. I made the bully stand against the fence while I loudly explained why intimidation and cruelty are unacceptable. Then, I made the other kids come up one by one and recite the golden rules of respect. The bully cried. The class listened. And I think we all learned something that day. Parents? Furious. Principal? Not happy. The PTA? Sending emails like I murdered someone. But here's my perspective. If you can't raise your kids properly, I will. I care about these children and their future. They might cry, scream, or even run to the principal, but they will learn. Sometimes the students whisper about me behind my back, little mutters like, "He's scary," or "I don't want to get in trouble." That's the point. Respect and fear are basically the same in a third grade classroom. And honestly, the crying builds character. So yes, Jimmy, Tommy, Sarah, Kevin, and the rest of the little terrors have all screamed, cried, and occasionally vomited from sheer terror. But they're also sitting down, paying attention, doing their assignments, and learning the consequences of their actions. So Reddit AITA, because I actually care about teaching discipline and accountability. Because honestly, I think the parents, principal, and the students themselves should be thanking me. I swear. Sometimes I don't even know why I'm with him. He's a good guy, I guess, but he has no idea how to respect boundaries. I've been trying to teach him that the only woman allowed in his life is me. No exceptions, no excuses, no debates. Not coworkers, not cousins, not waitresses, not elderly women, me. Only me. It all started last week at dinner. We went out, and he actually thanked the waitress for refilling his water. Refilling his water. He smiled at her. I slapped him right there at the table. Everyone stared, but I didn't care. I put hot sauce in his food later just to make sure he remembered who's in charge. The next day, he held the door open for an elderly woman at the library. A tiny, polite gesture, and I lost it. I screamed at him. How could you even consider being kind to another woman? The only respect you should have is for me." He tried to apologize, but apologies don't erase the disrespect. Every little act of politeness toward another woman is a threat. Then came the texting incident. He was talking to his female cousin, just texting, I swear. I saw it, grabbed his phone, and threw it across the room. It broke. He tried to explain, but I don't make exceptions. Female cousin, coworker, classmate, waitress, doesn't matter. If she's a woman, she's a threat, and I will not allow it. And the sleepover. Don't even get me started. I was hanging out with 3 of my super close guy friends, just a sleepover. Nothing happened. But he dared to ask if it was okay. Dared. I told him that if he can't trust me completely, we're done. How could he even question me after everything I do for this relationship? It's absurd. He should be thanking me for being honest. Every day there's something new. Yesterday he spilled a drink. I screamed at him. I made him sit quietly while I lectured him on how accidents show a lack of respect. He cried. Good. Tears mean he's learning. Then there was the grocery store. He smiled at the cashier. Smiled. I grabbed him by the arm, pulled him aside, and screamed in his face. How can he even think it's okay to smile at another woman? Does he not understand boundaries? That's what I've been trying to teach him. Last weekend, he offered to help a friend move some furniture. Her roommate happens to be female. I told him he'd better not even think about it. He said it was just helping. I said, "You are not allowed to interact with other women ever. If she even breathes near you, I will end things immediately." Every time he tries to be polite or kind, it's a problem. Every small act of friendliness toward another woman becomes an opportunity for me to enforce the rules. He started walking on eggshells, which is exactly the point. I don't want him comfortable. Comfort is dangerous. Fear is respect. And yes, I admit it, I've put hot sauce in his food. Yelled at him, slapped him, threatened to break up multiple times, and even broke his phone. But all of this is for his own good. He doesn't see it now, but eventually he'll understand. He'll realize I'm saving him from himself. He'll thank me. Maybe. Honestly, some people might call me controlling. I call them short-sighted. They don't understand that boundaries are the foundation of trust. If he can't respect that, then he doesn't respect me. And frankly, it's exhausting having to constantly correct him. So yeah, maybe I seem extreme. Maybe people think I'm abusive or over the top. But from my point of view, I'm the only thing standing between him and chaos. He needs me. He doesn't even know it yet. So Reddit AITA for slapping him, putting hot sauce in his food, breaking his phone, screaming at him for being polite, threatening to break up over trust issues, and making sure he knows that the only woman allowed in his life is me? You guys, I honestly don't understand why people think I'm the bad guy here. I swear, I'm just trying to protect our relationship, but apparently feeding your girlfriend and controlling her diet is wrong. So here's the deal. I have very specific preferences when it comes to women. I'm attracted to big, very big women, like I can't even handle anything under 300 pounds. If my girlfriend dips below that, I know myself, and I'll end up looking elsewhere. I'm being honest about it. I told her from the start, and instead of cheating, I decided to take matters into my own hands. I'm doing her a favor, really. I'm keeping her the way I need her to be so I can stay loyal. She should actually be grateful. The first rule in our house, no water. Water is forbidden. Only soda, juice, milkshakes, the stuff that actually contributes to her weight. She tried to drink water once thinking it was harmless. I made her dump it out and slammed a huge slice of chocolate cake in front of her. That was a warning, really, not punishment. She should be thanking me for stopping her from doing something that would ruin our relationship. Then there's exercise. God forbid she even walks too fast or does a light workout. I catch her doing squats once, and I swear I had to yell, "Stop! That is a direct threat to my loyalty," she argued. Said it was just a few minutes. I reminded her that every calorie burned is a step closer to me losing attraction. If I'm not attracted, I cheat. Simple. She doesn't see it that way, though. I've taken to preparing her meals, of course. Giant portions, double desserts, extra butter, the works. Sometimes I sneak a second cake onto her plate when she's not looking. She complained once, said she felt stuffed. I said, "That's how I know this is working." She should be happy. I'm protecting the relationship. It escalated when she tried to sneak in a salad. I caught her. I had to get firm. I said, "Do you want me to cheat? Because this is how it starts." Then I forced her to finish 3 chocolate bars immediately after. She cried, but I swear she understood. There was one weekend where I decided to up the intensity. I lined up all her favorite junk food in the living room, chips, cookies, candy, ice cream, and made her a challenge to eat it all while watching me. She tried to say it was too much. I reminded her that my loyalty depends on her weight. No one else is going to keep her fed like this, but me. She didn't argue after that. Drinking, I have strict rules. No water. Milkshakes, soda, juice, all approved. Once she poured herself a cup of water while I was in the shower. I came out, made her dump it, and then made her drink a massive glass of chocolate milk with whipped cream. She muttered something about unhealthy. I told her, "This is healthy for our relationship." She even tried to sneak in a run last month, a little jog around the block. I chased her down the street. She was sweating, crying, gasping for air. I told her, "Do you want me to cheat? Because this is exactly how it starts. You think it's just a jog, but every step is one step closer to me leaving." She didn't run again. Honestly, Reddit, some people say this is controlling. They call me abusive. But no, I'm preserving my loyalty. I'm saving the relationship. I've had to escalate, sure, but she's starting to see the benefits. She's heavier than ever, never exercises, and drinks nothing but what I approve. And I'm staying faithful. She should be thanking me. She complained once that she felt like she had no freedom. I reminded her that freedom would lead to me leaving. Then I made her a triple-layer cake to cheer her up. She smiled and I said, "See, I know what's best for us." There's been multiple incidents like this every week. Sneaking in small snacks? Punishment. Trying to exercise? Punishment. Drinking water? Punishment. Every single day, I have to protect the relationship. And it's exhausting but necessary. She's learning. Slowly. So, yeah, maybe it looks extreme to outsiders. Maybe people say I'm obsessive, controlling, or crossing the line. But from where I'm standing, I'm doing everything to make sure I don't cheat. If she lost weight, I'd be gone. But I'm loyal because I make sure she stays the way I need her to be. She should actually be thanking me for this. So Reddit, AITA for feeding my girlfriend junk, forbidding exercise and water, forcing her to gain weight, and essentially controlling her life to keep myself from cheating and stay loyal?